DBS community, welcome back to another video going over the 2023 anniversary box support. This one we are going to be going over the Another World Fighter Son Goku. Has been named Angel-ku or Haloku by people in the community. I like Haloku, I think it's a cool name. This deck has always kind of befuddled me, I'll be honest. A huge thing. DBS community, welcome back to another video going over the 2023 Dragon Ball Super Anniversary box support. Today we're going to be going over the last blue deck that I have not gone over yet, which is going to be Another World Fighter Son Goku. This deck has been dubbed Angel-ku or Halo-ku, depending on who you're talking to in the community, or they just say Another Fighter World Goku, which is just boring, right? Halo-ku is a cool name. This is the deck that sort of has befuddled me for a very long time. For one, I find this deck to be very sequence heavy in the sense of just what the cards do. Like sequencing and just time consuming, essentially. Every time I play against this deck, I feel like it goes into time. But it's a very cool design deck, very different than a lot of the generic blue decks, because the archetype is pretty heavy. So first thing is you cannot play black battle cards in this deck. In activate main, you discard 3 blue Another World Budokai cards to draw 3. You would think that's very good, but you're just cycling cards, not actually getting any hand draw, right? You awaken at 4 life, or if you have 3 or more Angel Halos in your drop, which then you draw 1, restand 1, and go down to 6 life. On your auto, you discard 1 card to draw 1. Again, not actually plussing, but activate main, you send 2 cards that are Another World Budokai from your drop to your warp, and you get to add 1 Angel Halo from your drop to your hand, so you can kind of get a draw in that sense. Activate battle, choose 2 Another World Budokai cards with 5k combo power from your warp and a combo, and then they get minus 3k power, combo power, and their skills negated for the turn. So you're essentially comboing 4k, right? Like I said, it's a very strange deck. The archetype seems to be very, obviously the archetype sort of focused on recycling these Angel Halos, which we'll go over, and it's a very cool deck. I have 0 experience playing this deck, I'll be honest, so a lot of what I've done, I've just done research with people playing the deck, and I've watched some games with it, and I kind of have a decent understanding of how the deck works, so that's kind of what we use as a template to build this deck. So first is going to be Bubbles Hide and Seeker. This is the promo support that came out a while ago for this deck. You pitch it to search top 5 for a 3-drop or less Another World Budokai card, which kind of allows you to go through your deck and get your other pieces. Or you can warp this card from your drop to add a Angel Halo from your drop. From your deck. From your deck in your drop. Place 1 Angel Halo from your deck to your drop, then shuffle. So it allows you to get the Angel Halos out of your deck, so then you can start grabbing them back from the drop area. We have one of the new cards, which is Pycon, Another World Technique. This is going to be a 4 of in this deck, I feel like. So activate main, if you're leader with Another World Budokai card, draw 1, play this card from your hand, then add 1 Halo from your deck to your drop, then shuffle. So you get the draw card, and then you get to cycle an Angel Halo to the drop, which is very good. Activate battle, discard 2 Angel Halo from your hand. Use up to 3 Another World Budokai cards with 5k combo power in your drop, in your warp, with their skills negated for the turn. So if you see this effect here, you can combo with 2, and then they get -2. But this effect does not do that. So you just get the combo with the 5k. So you get 15k combo power for, I want to say for free, because you're pitching 2 Angel Halos, but the Angel Halos are recyclable. That's the whole point of those cards. So they're kind of dead cards in your hand anyways. You're just using them for different effects. This is good. So this card has to be in play, though, to gain the effect. So that's kind of one of the downsides, and it doesn't have barrier, so there's a good chance it's going to get popped. The other card is Super Saiyan Son Goku, Another World Technique. Play it for 1 if you have 2 or more Another World Budokai cards in your combo area, and you discard 1 Halo from your hand, and you play this card from your hand. Once the card is played, you draw 1, and you choose one of your opponent's battle cards 4 or less, and send it to the bottom of the opponent's deck. So this card, it's kind of like a Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black, but an in-archetype one, which is kind of cool. So it's going to draw you a card, bottom deck something, now it's a 20k blocker. Not pushing a lot of damage there, but being able to play this out on your opponent's turn is pretty cool. We have, I think it's Alabu, I believe his name is. You play it for 1 by discarding an Angel Halo, and then you discard another card from your hand to draw 1, and then bounce any battle card back to your opponent's hand. This card used to be really good for removal. I think it's okay now, so that's why we're running into 3. Discarding 2 cards from your hand, you're basically minusing 3 then drawing a card, and then bouncing something back to their hand. So you gotta make sure that the card's worth it. A lot of the time, like Z battle cards and tokens are probably the best thing, and ultimates. Other than that, those cards not fantastic. So I mean, like, you're hitting a good spectrum of cards, but actual battle cards, it's not great to play into. We have Majoran, I believe his name is. This is a you play it for 1 if you have 2 more Angel Halos in the drop. Which in case you get to draw 1 and then plays up to 1 under the World Budokai card from your warp in your drop. And then if you send this card to the warp, you can discard a Halo and then add a Budokai card between 3 and 7 from your warp to your hand. So you can kind of cycle something back to your hand too, which is pretty fire. We have Sortara, which is a negates that you pitch a Angel Halo from your hand. Then battle cards 5 or less have to bottom deck a card each time. It's just kind of a worse version of Android 17, but it is searchable and it's an archetype card, and you can get it back from the warp. So that's why you run it, right? And we're running it as a 4-of because it is just another body that we can use for pitching off of another world Budokai effect. So you kind of need those in the deck. You can't really cut those down too much. 4 Angel Halos. You can activate battle to give your leader or a battle card 1k, and then if the chosen card is a mono blue Z battle card, if you have a mono blue Z battle card in play, the chosen card gets 4k for the battle, so it's a 5k for free essentially if you have a Z battle card. Right? 3 Another World Blitz. This is kind of your big boss monster. It's a 4-drop if you have no battle cards in the drop, which is pretty easy in this deck considering you can just warp everything off your effects. Deflect, triple strike, barrier, blocker, draws you a card, and then for the number of extra cards in your drop, you bottom deck that many of your opponent's battle cards, and then at the end of your turn, you restand this card and 1 mono blue energy. So this card has been used in way too many other blue decks other than this deck, but it's kind of the deck that it was built for. Also, being able to recycle this card, because it is another world Budokai, is pretty cool. You can just cycle it back from the warp off of the Majoran. So that's a pretty cool effect, but we don't need 4. 4 is just kind of overkill. 4 Grand Kai, grandest of all. This is your super combo for 4 or less. We run this instead of Vegeta or Zeno because it is searchable. You cannot get it back though because it is not a 3 between 3 and 7, so they did that on purpose, obviously. 4 of the Goku and Pikkon. This is kind of your mid-tempo battle card. You pitch 2 blue extra cards from your hand, preferably Angel Halos, and this card gets barrier for the turn. When this card attacks, you combo with a 5k mono blue from the drop, and then you bottom deck one of your opponent's battle cards. Any card, which is very good. And it's on both attacks, since it's an auto, not once per turn, just a straight auto. And then at the end of your turn, you draw 1 and restand 1 of your blue energy. So what's nice is you have multiple of these Goku Pikkons on board. You can draw multiple cards and bottom deck multiple stuff. So, and restand energy. So this is good. 4 North Kai, here to cheer. 1-drop barrier, you activate main to pop a Halo from your deck to your drop, and then you can look through your life to place an Angel Halo in the drop, and then if you did place one, you place the top card of your deck in your life, or you can place an Angel Halo from your deck to your drop. So this just allows you to fish out your Halos, which, if you remember, you do kind of need. So you need 3 of those in the drop to be able to awaken, so you kind of need to get those cards in the drop as quick as possible so then we can awaken. 2 Oobs. Good generic blue stuff, obviously not searchable, so it's going to be kind of a hard card to get, but we do want to make sure we can grab this card. Big boss monster with board clear for 2 energy at the cheapest, which is good. 3 Defending Friends for playing blue, right? 4 D Magic, 3 Senzu Bean, this is typical blue stuff, right? 2 Ultra Instant Kamehamehas, Goku Kamehamehas, this is just for good offense and defense, and then our secret is going to be Beast Gohan, since we have extra cards and stuff we can pitch into the drop, which is where we want them. Beast Gohan is definitely going to be the best secret for this deck. So for the Z deck, we have 2 Awakened Onslaught, which is a Son Goku that we can pitch a extra card to draw 1 and get critical for the turn. So the 15k crit for 1, it's pretty good. 3 Z Energy is not very hard to get in the set because you're going to have a lot of cards comboed. 1 Stronger Together Goku to kind of hand control those big hand decks to take them down to 10. 1 Cell for board removal. 2 Beerus for spot removal as well as barrier removal. And then 1 Godly Spirit for our big 30k boss monster. Probably not the best thing to play in this deck, but for those control matchups, you can play this. And if you have another World Blitz on board as well, you're at least getting an energy back with 2 big boss monsters that swing triple strike. So it's a pretty good combination there. So that is the deck. Like I said, I went through it pretty quickly just because I'm not too familiar with a lot of the play lines in this deck. So if someone's actually played this deck, please leave me down below what you guys think. If the list is completely bad, I'm sure somebody will tell me. But let me know like the play lines of what you guys have found that work well with this deck, because I am very unfamiliar with that. So I would love to hear what you guys have to say. As always, thank you guys for the support. Like and subscribe to the channel just to keep supporting the channel as we work towards 2,000 subs. That's why you guys are here watching the videos, because you guys are supporting, right? So thank you guys. I appreciate all of it, and I will see you guys in the next video.